I thought I'd do another video before the week gets away here. And this isn't really an update video, but instead one where I just talk about one of these topics related to content creation. And for this one, I wanted to talk about AI. And it's a topic that a lot of people are worried about and a lot of people are hyped about, like in a positive way. They're excited about it. And as far as my YouTube channel, and if you're new to my videos, I run another YouTube channel. I just use this one to document the progress over there. This channel isn't. This channel's just journal entries and stuff. I don't do it professionally in any way. So for this other YouTube channel, I just haven't found a good way at all to integrate AI. I guess I shouldn't say at all, but not really in a meaningful way. It hasn't really been able to cut out many steps of the work process. Like a lot of people are worried it's going to take away people's work as content creators, and excuse me, the way I see it is it's more of a tool. And, if it can take out steps of my job, I mean, if that's utilized well, that can be very, very beneficial. That could lead to me getting out way, way more content, which I would love to do. Having that balance between AI and then the human component, the finding a balance there and getting out a lot of content would be really cool. But that hasn't been the case at all so far. Okay, to get sort of specific, I've tried to use, well, me and the other guy I work with, we've tried to use AI to write some scripts for us. Like we'll give it some information, we'll give it the research we did, and we'll just basically be like, write us a script about this. And one thing it does wrong is it gets the information wrong. It just doesn't understand a lot of the notes that you put down. Two, it fills in a lot of just BS information and flowery language. And especially in our videos, we try to go for a very objective tone and not have the videos aren't romantic. They aren't biased. And the AI doesn't seem to comprehend that. And I think it's because it's sort of looking at how a lot of other writings on the topics we do are written, where it's like it's sort of a more romantic or grandiose is the way other people write about them, but we just write about a matter of fact, and the AI doesn't seem to get that. And then the other thing is just it doesn't write in a good voice. I don't like the way it writes. It has a certain uncanny quality to it. And frankly, it doesn't have the voice I write in. So to me, that's preferably you want AI doing a lot of the back end work. I don't like the idea of it writing scripts. Like if it could do it in my voice, that would be great. But I think people are going to be able to tell. Like, I don't know, unless it gets really, really good, I think people are going to be able to tell, and that might be off-putting to people. Not necessarily. If you set up your channel like that, then people might even come to like it, get used to it. But that's not the way we've set up our channel, and it's just it doesn't work in that regard. So, what about the back end? Well, this is where, to me, there's really a lot of potential. And I think about the research. So it really hasn't helped with research. And this is really unfortunate. This is one of those things where I think people get kind of in a hissy, like they're like, oh my God, AI is just going to be able to do all the research for me. And I'm kind of like, I wish it could get a lot of the research out of the way. I spend a lot of time researching for this other YouTube channel I do, and I really enjoy the research and learning about the topics, but to be frank, I have to treat it like a job. So as much as I enjoy the stuff, I have to just get the information obtained in my brain as soon as possible and then get it onto the paper in a meaningful form. So it'd be really great if AI could do a lot of the work for me, but it just can't. And how I can tell is with the chatbots, I'll talk to them and basically be like, "Can you give me an information on topic X?" And I'll ask it about a topic I already know a lot about. Like I know what the answer should be, and it gets the answer right approximately. But not only are a lot of the details wrong, and are there a lot of generalities and just sort of boring, flowery language thrown into the answer, but there's also I can tell the mistakes it's making. Like, because I know a lot of the, let's say, topics Y, Z, and W. I'm asking about topic X, but I know all these other topics. I can tell it's sort of pulling information that would be like the right answer for all those like Y and Z topics, and it's just filling them in the blanks for X. Now, I also do programming. That's something else I do, and I think it's going to be a lot more useful for that. Like, I just ran into some problems with my program, and I started asking the chatbot about it, and it gave me some pretty extensive answers. So maybe it will work in that regard. But as far as research topics, um, a lot of this information about these topics isn't even on the internet for these chatbots to scour. It's if you're talking about, depending on what you're talking about, some of this information might only be in books, some of it might only be in letters and historical documents, like in national archives online. And it's just like, even though all that information's out there, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't seem like the chatbots are good at compiling them. Maybe it will get to that point, but it's just like, okay, people are afraid that the AI is too advanced. As someone who wants it to be more advanced, I simply don't trust it to do my research. I'll use it if I'm sort of like, okay, I need another fact, I need another bit of information to top off this video. And maybe it can give me an idea for something. It's pretty good for that stuff, but when you get into the nitty gritties, it's just not smart enough. And I think my audience would see through that. Depending on the audience you have and how you set up your channel, you might just be fine. But for me, it doesn't work. And then there's also, on the voice front, this is something that I just wouldn't do right now. Having the chatbot do, like basically just, like feed it a bunch of my reading and then have it go over the new scripts. Obviously, for videos like this or these YouTuber like Wendigoon, like it's obvious guys like that wouldn't use a chatbot because so much of the appeal of those channels is listening to them. For this other channel I do, it's sort of like very formal readings. I always look at Peter Thomas from Forensic Files as sort of my inspiration. So in theory, I guess you could have an AI bot do that, but that is, like I said, I don't like the AI doing the front end stuff. I don't like it doing the stuff that people like are gonna see. If it could do the background stuff, that'd be great. Now, as far as video descriptions, that's something that I'll probably have AI do like all the time. Once I find a formula for that, because really the video descriptions they're just I look at them as they're just a way to get keywords in there outside of posting your links and stuff. They're just a way to get like keywords in there and maybe have your video rank for different results. And even there, the impact it has is probably minuscule unless you're a really small YouTuber. Then it's probably useful. But once you get to where we are, around 10,000 subscribers, I don't think it's going to make too much of an impact. So if you could just have an AI just look at your script for your video and then generate a description based on that, I think that's definitely worth it because people don't really read descriptions anyways. I read descriptions, but I'm not the normal person. I'm just always curious what my favorite YouTubers put down in the description box. Um, and then for tags too, I don't even know how useful tags are, but that would be another thing. If AI could generate that, that'd be great. No luck with it generating thumbnails. Because here's the thing, like if you're fine with AI generated images um, as the thumbnail, like, it looks obvious, and some people might not like that because they think it's uncanny looking. But if you're fine with that, then that's not a point of issue. But what I'm interested in with thumbnails is the graphic design aspect and where you place things in a frame, how you create a good template, how you make recognizable images, how you make people want to click on things. And I just haven't seen anything promising with that with AI. Like, just maybe I haven't found the right programs or apps to do that, but just absolutely nothing. I mean, if you just want a cool image of something kind of related to your topic, I guess it can give you that. But I think a thumbnail is so much more than that. Um, yeah, I think that kind of covers all the areas. One thing I would love is if it could do audio editing. Like if I could just give it a script, like give it my audio narration that I did with my own voice, and then it could basically see, okay, we're going to cut out his mistakes, we're going to cut out his rereadings, we're going to cut out the breaths in between, uh, the speech, any gross mouth noises are going to be cut out, and and then leave the appropriate amount of white space, when you want a little bit of a pause for dramatic purposes, things like that. Um, if I could find an AI program to do that, that would be great because that's one of those. That's like a grunt labor part of the video creation process that I just always feel like, man, why am I wasting my time doing this? I could be doing something so much more productive, doing researching, writing, something like that. Um, Now, I do think there's a lot of potential with AI, but I don't know. I think it's both downplayed and overplayed as far as how significant it's going to be. Like, um, there are people who've used it in really cool ways, and there are all sorts of funny, great videos that are popping out, and just all sorts of interesting stuff that's entirely AI based, and the audience is receptive to that. They aren't like, oh, this is AI, we're not watching it. I mean, that's kind of the appeal, is to see what, excuse me, I have my energy drink right here, so that's why I'm burping so much, and that's why it just seems so like buzzed. And I was working late on a video last night, so I just didn't get enough sleep. Um, yeah, I think it's promising. I really hope it could do more, but I don't see it as a content creator. It hasn't been able to help me much right now. Um, I guess one more thing would be like image finding. Like I use a lot of images in my videos, and it's just it does not understand context well enough. I think it understands it better than any of us thought it would, but it, it, it's just it's not there. It's not at the level that it's super usable. And I feel like there's more I could talk about, but my brain's just running dry. And now I'm starting to think about all the things I got to do today because I've got programming, I've got this other YouTube channel, and then I want to clean my room because it's kind of a mess up there, which I've been just recording down here. So I thought this was kind of a cool to record because I haven't done it in my living room or kitchen. Um, no one else is home, so figured I'd record something down here. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say for this one. I hope AI can be more useful, but right now it's just, it's promising, but not much luck with it.